Hello Internet, this is TheRoschi and I'm back with some more Genshin Impact gameplay, and today we have Kazuha's story quest. That's right, we have the cool dude, the poetic guy, the wandering samurai of awesome. It is Kazuha, and I am very excited to show you my experience with his story quest. There's a lot to go over, but I talk a lot about it in the actual thing itself, so let's just get into it. Upon the plain, a purple shadow. Navigate. Aha! Alright, let's go here.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma.
Well, I haven't left yet, but okay.
So many things have happened since then.
They really do expect you to just cruise on through, don't they? Well, I guess not really. You're a traveler. You're going back and forth between places, so it could just mean that. I mean, at this point in time, you're not in Sumeru yet, so it's not like you could have just left. As if in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
Sure we did.
So, where should we go today?
I don't know. Wait a moment.
Huh? What's up?
Did I just hear Kazuha? I don't believe it. I think he'd be stealthier than that. He'd only want to be found if you wanted. If he wanted to be found. I know words. Oh, never mind. That's just a bad guy. That's not Kazuha at all. Be careful. Someone's coming.
Hey, what the heck was that for?
Oh, hi.
Doesn't want to talk, huh? All right,
Wait.
let's convince him to calm
Go.
down a little.
Born of ice and frost.
Ow! Where'd you go? Got him.
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all?
No. I don't.
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
Is it Kazuha? Do you think I'm that cool?
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them.
True.
No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
I mean, yeah. But look at that sword.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kazuha?
What's it to you?
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
Does he carry a sword? Like me? Are we still rocking like the normal dull blade or whatever the hell that is? Like just like this steel sword? I don't forget what it's called. Why are you looking for him? Is it to give him a present?
That's none of your business.
Well, then why would I tell you where he is?
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
I know lots of things, dipshit. Like that you're an asshole, I knew that.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase.
It's almost like he's a bad guy.
Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Very smart, for once.
Hey, don't be mean. Paimon's smart lots of the time.
Good for actually standing up for yourself. I mean, never mind, I don't know.
Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back.
Actually, I have a hunch.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
I think this guy may have a special connection to Kazuha.
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
I can't say for sure, but I feel like their fighting styles are kind of similar. I don't know about that.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
What the hell does that mean? That we're all just rapid animals at each other's throats? Just savages? Maybe?
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
See, here's the thing. I feel like I know where these characters are going to be at some points, like most of the time. Or we end up there. But it's never where we start. So for like Yae Miko, I'd go to the shrine, but I don't start the quest at the shrine. I'd go somewhere else. When I started today, I went to Rito, because I was like, he's gonna be on the docks or something. But it made me come out here first. The introduction is always elsewhere. This has started all the way back since Mona's quest. You know, I knew the house in Mondstadt was gonna be hers. It had the sigil on it. But it doesn't start there, it starts in Liyue. I'm not even complaining about this, I'm just stating a fact in a really weird tone right now. A strange and friendless road. Maybe we need to get the road some friends. Kazuha! You've got an assassin. Probably a training buddy of yours. Maybe you had a master and he was a fellow student, and he's pissed off because you were the favorite. That's my guess. Or, maybe he knew your friend, who is super dead. Rest in peace, Tomo. Hi, Chow. Do you have a garden?
Hey! Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
2.
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Sounds about right.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did.
I'm sure he's done a lot of things.
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh, so we are bringing that up. Okay, yeah, he did do that. That is kind of a big deal.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
Are you stupid? What do you mean? That's like if God came over to like smite you and you were just like, nah. I mean, it wasn't that as simple as that, but there was other stuff going on, but still. Also, I guess it's a little different because it's like there's gods, but then there's like Celestia, and it's not this. Anyway, I don't know. It's a big deal. You can compare it to the technique Beto used to strike down Haishan. Yeah, sure. I mean, if that would get this guy to understand the gravity of that.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved.
You still don't sound that impressed.
He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him.
Okay.
I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Sure.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
The Shogunate probably wants to show some goodwill. After all, the Raiden Shogun's mindset has changed.
Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Alright, good luck with that. It's really busy out here. I'm going to assassinate the Shogun. Quick, get out of here. It's not funny. I would never do that anyway. Not that I could. I won't stand a chance.
Oh? It's you.
Hi.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation.
Hell yeah.
We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate.
I'm glad to see this guy again. I like him.
Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
I've heard a thing or two.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class.
Yes.
But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
I didn't remember the fleeing to Snezhnaya part. I knew that they fled, but to Snezhnaya? Alright, cool.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just.
It's almost like they're meddling in things. Still, were? Back then? And now? They're bad.
Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
And before any bleeding Fatui heart out there is like, not all Fatui are bad. Shut up. I'm not talking about specific members. The organization. Bad.
In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
I have a feeling that Kazuha is past that and would prefer to stay as a wanderer. That's what I feel. I think he wants to be a free man.
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
Didn't he already? Oh, yeah, no, wait. He totally does. Because I played that event that I don't think happens yet. Or does it? I have to check my list. But they find like a storage unit or whatever with like all his family stuff. And he's just like, yeah, I don't want it. Like he gives it all up. Does that happen before this? Or after? I'm so confused because I jumped around a little bit to get some events done so I could play more recent events. And they're not very spoilery, but if that one came after this, then like, yeah, but wait. You know, it doesn't matter. The point is, he's going to stay as a wanderer. I doubt it would go the other way.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
Yeah.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I mean, you don't.
I sense
I
some
mean, I guess you do,
hesitation in your
yeah.
words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
What do you mean? I mean, like, I know what you mean, but what do you mean?
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
I mean, yeah, but not. I mean, I don't know about that second part, Paimon.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike.
Oh, so that's why you have guy with cursed sword searching out him, because it's like, I'm gonna beat you because I don't believe it, and if it is true and I beat you, then I'm stronger than the Shogun now. Even though it doesn't work that way, but I could see it, maybe some people with that mentality. You know, people who are dumb.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Oh, I could see why. Yeah, I could see why people would say that. That's hard to explain. Okay. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously we know it's not a delusion, but holy shit.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
He's got white hair. I don't know. And it's not like one time you'd use it and you become old. You have to keep using it. So, I don't know.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
Yeah, because she could just be like, stop it. And then they'd listen, because she's the Shogun.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Or you can keep wandering and just continue beating the crap out of people as they approach you.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
We're here to find you because other people are trying to find you, and we wanted to be like, hey, look out. People are trying to find you. But you already know that. So now we're just hanging out.
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Why would such a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Do you have any siblings? Could it be someone you trained with under the same master? This was my thought.
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you.
Right. Now I think it's just some guy that wants to just beat you so he could be like, I'm the strongest warrior now. Probably.
My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
Maybe it's your biggest fan.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
I kind of want his sword.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
Expelled.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say, I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked him, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Okay.
The detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Oh. I mean, I guess we can go talk to Ryuji. Hey, Kamaji. Before I leave, how are you?
Please, be careful during your investigation.
Good talk. Alright. So, we're gonna go talk to a detective. Even though I'd much rather talk to Heizo, but it's fine. It's fine. Also, I think Kazuha's way of just... I feel like he could just sniff the wind or something and be like, yep, they're this way, even without even with not having met them first. He's good like that. I believe in his abilities. Wait, no, I don't want that. Whatever that was. I have to go ask Ryuji for information. Ryuji! Right here. Yeah. Alright.
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
This is a weird question because we know people are looking for him, like a lot of people, so they're probably going to be like, yeah, but be more specific. That'll be $10. And then he just keeps giving you vague answers where you have to ask more questions, and he keeps charging $10 every time. Except it won't be dollars, it's Mora. 1,000 Mora.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him.
This is what I mean.
To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information. Some of them were offering us millions of Mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
I'm sure.
Millions? Of Mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
No, we shouldn't. Leave him alone.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it.
Well, that's good to know.
Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryo Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere.
True.
Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Is this your way of giving praise? It was also not easy for me to fight him off. Whoa, hey. I shot him in the face with Ganyu. It was fine.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me.
I get that.
For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
You saved my life, is what happened. You were about to watch someone get murdered the same way your friend did. So it all kind of came back and you reacted. Your fight or flight kicked in and you chose to fight.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you.
How much is it?
Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though.
What does it involve?
Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Amenoma what?
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Is it? Do I know a Amenoma?
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. Two grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Are they talking about the guys? Because they said Smithy. Are these like a... Is this like the old guy? And then his apprentice? And the apprentice is always like banging away, making something, but he keeps missing the sword. I made that joke during Yoimiya's story quest forever ago. Amenoma Peoples? I don't know.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Let's consider this a favor for Ryuji. We'll investigate both incidents at the same time.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Alright. So yeah, it's gotta be that place. Which is right around the corner from me. Right? Because yeah, you have Yoimiya here, and then the smithy is right there. Yeah, okay, it is this guy. Okay, I forgot his name was Aminoma. Oh yeah, and this Hajime. Yeah, how's it going? Oh, are you actually hitting it?
Okay.
Are you? I can't see.
Unrelenting
He
patience
is.
will come.
Oh, you're learning. Oh my goodness, what a guy. You're training your apprentice very well. You're gonna have to heat it up at some point, pal. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Come on, there's like 20 people in this town.
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Raiden Gokaden?
Ah, let me quickly explain. The Raiden Gokaden was the collective term for the 5 most acclaimed bladesmithing arts in Inazuma. The techniques of blade making were personally bequeathed to the Raiden Gokaden by the almighty Shogun, and over time, further honed and enhanced by the most talented craftsmen.
I wonder if Gokaden just translates to 5 techniques, literally. Because Go is the number 5 in Japanese. Or it's just coincidence, I don't know.
Unfortunately, a series of events led to the gradual decline of many clans in the bladesmithing trade. Today, only the Amenoma clan has kept its art alive.
So sad.
It is a great pity indeed. In the old days, we each had our specialties, and just as iron sharpens iron, so too did we learn much from each other. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
I feel like I've heard that before. Does Kazuha, like, actually say Ishin art in, like, his attacks or something? I feel like I've heard it said, I don't know.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
Like the Harry Potter wands. It's the second Harry Potter reference today.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it. But I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
This is true. As hard as it may be to just be like, yeah, just move on with daily life when a family member goes missing. I mean, that's kind of rough. But what can you really do other than what he's already done? Unless if you're just gonna like take it and call someone up on the phone and be like, I have a set of skills.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
Oh.
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back.
A fire?
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up.
Sounds like it could be the crazy rare looking weapon that the assailant had.
He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Perhaps the sword corrupted him?
Is that so?
It did look pretty evil.
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning.
Sounds like he's acting out of sorts, almost like he's cursed or something.
I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Okay.
Don't worry, you have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We still need to get the info from the Nagato family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Okay. Can I clear the railing? Oh yeah, I got this. Easy. Yeah, I'm kind of a professional. Hi, Nagato, Sachiko. You look like you have a headache. Can't imagine why.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
Does he have a cursed sword?
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
Because they're collecting and not selling, Paimon. I don't know.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things. He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him.
Now, is he a collector? Or is he a hoarder that just calls himself a collector? Just saying. I feel like a collector. I could be wrong. But when I think of a collector, I think of someone who collects a specific thing. For example, you might have a quarter collection where you're collecting coins that have been made from different years and such. Or you might have a rock collection because you like pretty rocks. Or maybe you're collecting some kind of antique version of something, like older technology or whatever, like something like that. But I think if you are collecting all of those things plus more at the same time, you are a hoarder. But I guess a hoarder could just be someone that doesn't necessarily go out of their way to collect. It's more of like they in general collect things over time and they're more so people who never get rid of anything, right? I feel like a lot of them could start out as collectors and then it gets out of hand and then they become hoarders.
Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Go on.
Uh-oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
Yeah, sounds like he became a hoarder.
Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're a kind lady. Maybe a little too kind. Get rid of him.
On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum.
Oh.
I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Damn, got him. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Kind of based for Nagato Sachiko. She's kind. I mean, you at that point, you gotta do something. Because holy crap. If the guy is spending all the money, ignoring debt collectors, buying more stuff, and then wasting his time staring at it. Now, I mean, we know that there's something actually wrong here with them. Like, I don't think this is... They're making it very much sound like he's been cursed or affected by something, and he's not acting normal, right? So, there's that. I don't think it's his own self that's making him do this. It's just taking it to an extreme. But there are people like this that exist. And a lot of other people get, like, stuck and their lives dragged down and ruined with them. And it's like, yeah, you gotta like look out for each other, but there's also only so much you can do at the same time. So good for you, Nagato.
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink.
Right. Yeah, it's not like it was your first thing that you went to. Lots of time had gone by and it just kept getting worse and worse.
After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
You did the right thing. It's important to set boundaries.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament.
They weren't bad in the beginning.
And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me.
He seemed more just sad than anything. I don't think he's angry. But anyway.
The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Yeah, it's not good.
I see. I understand. Amin Omeyuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
Kazuha just explained it as clear as day right now. If Paimon pipes up and says, "I don't get it," I'm actually just going to leave. Paimon, don't say anything.
At first,
okay, good.
I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Unless at this point, maybe because he's inexperienced, he actually tried this time, and he just doesn't know how to do it, and it was an outrageous number, and the other guy lost his shit, and then he lost his shit, because when someone loses their shit, another person has to respond by losing their shit, and then everything got burned to shit. Just a thought.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together.
Ain't that just how it is?
As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
I can help you. Here's an idea. Sell your children. Listen, kids, they cost a lot of money. You spend a lot of money raising kids. And right now, sounds like they're young enough where they're still annoying. Yeah, maybe cute sometimes, but cute for the price of like living comfortably. I mean, just sell your kids. Then you won't have to pay for their things. You get money from those kids because you sold them. And you and your husband can just be like a happy couple without worrying about children. Is that harsh? Am I might be a villain.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye.
True.
If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
Yes.
But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument.
Facts.
This situation is getting a little confusing.
Sounds like there's another force at play, making things weird. I can't wait for them to actually say it.
A little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Let's not act like we don't understand, Paimon. You even interjected with things that weren't dumb. Don't act like you're dumb now, please.
Let's try a change of scenery.
Jesus Christ.
And see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
We will.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
I like her. You're a good person. You try.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
I have a couple from time to time.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and,
It's probably not that simple, but...
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Okay. You tried. It's fine. At least you didn't say, "Can you explain it again?" Because I'm... At least... You're forgiven. They must have had an argument during the sale. Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth. We are still missing crucial information. I mean... This first one doesn't match. We already talked about it, so it doesn't make sense to pick that one. I mean, there could have still been an argument if the guy's not in his right mind, right? So it's not like... It's not completely not a thing, but yeah. Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth. Words, I speak them. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is definitely jumping to a... Like, this is getting... I don't want to say conspiracy. I don't know if that's the right word, but it is jumping the gun a little bit. It's like, there's some crazy lies and stuff in here, and someone was trying to hide it, and blah, 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 and a fire broke out to burn the evidence. Could be a thing. But that's kind of hard to say right now. So I'm going to go with the third option. We are still missing crucial information. I think we need to poke around at the site first before we deduce more. Deduce? Anyway.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle.
Yes.
Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up.
Yes.
The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered.
Yes, you do keep
while
saying
Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive.
Mm-hmm.
Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict.
So there's a third party involved, whether that be a cursed weapon or another person.
Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire.
Mm-hmm.
The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attacker.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together.
Except for maybe a cursed weapon. The guy was collecting weapons. She said he was there staring at weapons. Sounds like it was all up in his mind and he was getting all worked up and stuff. I'm just saying. Cursed weapon. Ooh. But we said he also fought in Kazuha's family style. But he wasn't trained by anyone Kazuha knows because it's a family art. But their family also makes weapons. Could your family have made a cursed blade? Or a blade that was corrupted over time because of some other mistreatment? Because of, like, let's say, okay, hold on. I'm onto something. It's really random. And it's pretty far-fetched, but here we go. Okay, so listen. The Kaidehara clan made the weapons. Maybe the Kamisatos helped. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, I just remember they got in trouble at the same time, sort of. They're both having hard times. Anyway. Weapons being made. They made a weapon. There's probably more to that weapon. Something. But then, the Kaideharas got screwed over because of Fatui and other things. So then, they fled and they did their thing. But the weapons, or this particular weapon, was left behind. And something to do with maybe the way it was crafted, maybe there was some kind of spiritual stuff going on, maybe there's some kind of connection to ley lines, I don't know. But because of all the negative energy of the situation over time, the weapon became evil. And just filled with hate. I don't know where this is going. No, I do know, but I don't know why. It's just corrupted weapon. That the Kaidehara family made. But maybe it wasn't corrupted from the start, is what I'm saying. That something happened over time, and it became corrupted. And then, in this collector guy's hands, it eventually went to him. He just got all, like, obsessed over it. It just changed his attitude completely. But then that fire happened, and I'm not exactly sure if the guy with the weapon is from the Nagato family, or like that we saw earlier in the video, in the mission, or is there a third party who burnt the place down so they could get it, and they're the one running around. And the sword being all from the Kaidehara family, all corrupted and stuff, it's like possessing in a way, or just manipulating the person who's out there with it right now, who's wielding it, to make them like seek vengeance against the Kaideharas for like, you abandoned me kind of thing. So now because your family left, I'm going to eliminate you. I'm just going to get rid of you. And you could be like, well, how did they know? How'd they know that was a thing? Everyone knows that Kazuha blocked the Ryan Shogun's super attack, which I can never remember the name of. But the very important special super attack. So his name's around. And now that the sword's in the possession of someone, it's like, go find Kazuha. I think I'm onto something.
Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Oh, don't be so sure, Paimon. We're gonna get our two birds with one stone. Watch. Kazuha is going to explain right now. You're supposed to look more confident, Kazuha. I was really counting on that.
Let's keep going.
Okay.
Since we've come this far.
That's fair.
If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Yes.
Okay, but where should we go now?
To the burnt warehouse.
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
I think I should be a detective, guys.
Wait.
Okay.
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Is it the guy?
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I knew we could count on you. I wouldn't call it sketchy either, Paimon. It's interesting.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
I'm sorry, that's Paimon. She does wear a diaper after all.
But there's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in.
Are we gonna use our elemental sight?
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
The Tatarigami.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Okay.
Huh. So it's an underground warehouse.
All right.
The force is definitely coming from down below.
So, a fire broke out underground? Is that what you're telling me right now? I don't know about that, Chief. I feel like it's only underground because that's just how the game works. They can't be asked to actually put a warehouse above ground. They just have to make like, here's a door, and then you're going to go to a domain. It's fine.
The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
I bet if I could remember what this Tatarigami is, I would be able to make some kind of like, oh, it makes sense now, but I don't remember. I don't know.
Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone would have noticed. Alright, so maybe there could definitely be possession involved. And maybe it's more so this Tatarigami thing that's making the guy act crazy. Or aggressive, at least. Yeah, I shouldn't say crazy. I think it is just more aggression than anything else. But that sword was purple and glowing. I feel like it's still bad. Unless if the Tatarigami was in the sword.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters.
Okay.
But most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
So the Tatarigami... Well, I mean, this could go... Oh, man. It's... How many obsessions? Because you have the one guy who's upset with the sword who's obsessed to find Kazuha to fight him. But then there's also Nagato who was obsessed with his collection. Is there more than one Tatarigami? Has it jumped between people? Now I'm confused.
Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with.
Yes.
The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder,
Aha!
amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
Yes. Right. I'm trying to find a way to connect it to the actual guy that's hunting Kazuha. Who's obsessed with doing it.
Do now?
Probably.
Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That's dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
I agree. We should open the door.
You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Yeah. You stop the swing, and like opening a door is a lot less dangerous than that. You'll be fine. He's got this. I believe in Kazuha. What'd you find?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
So in the end it was just a scare? I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
What?
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place.
Alright.
2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Right. Let's hurry. We cannot afford to delay any longer.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
All right. Follow the scent. Oh, it's just right here. We just got smoke. Hi! Alright, are you still there? Everyone else clicked away? Sure. Okay, so this is a thing just for you. Member stuff. It exists. Not everyone cares, because whenever they see this face pop up in the middle of the video interrupting it, they're like, oh, he's gonna start shilling himself again. But you're still here. So that means you care, and you want to hear what I have to say, and I appreciate you for that. Everyone else, they can go suck eggs. Don't tell them that I said that, though. I still want their views. Hey, you can become a member on this channel. It's a button. It's pretty cool. Scholar tiering up, you get extra stuff. I'm in Sumeru right now, so that's cool. Members have access to that, so that's pretty neat. Also, if YouTube doesn't work for you, because it just doesn't in some countries, Patreon does, and it's the same benefits for the same tiers. So, Scholar tiering up, you get the stuff. I think it's worth it. I tend to do a lot, and I think you have a lot to go back and look at, especially. So, yeah, there's stuff for you. And I hope you enjoy it, if you decide to become a member and not suck eggs. Unless if that's something that you like to do, then I'm not going to judge you. We're gonna go back to the video now. Oh, in case if anyone skipped and ended up at this part instead of the actual... Yeah, so... Cabbages, am I right? Anyway, back to the video. Okay.
From this point, the trail appears to split into 2. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating slowly.
2 parts, so would that correspond to Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya?
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
So I guess the Tatarigami energy can split? That's something I wasn't thinking of. I thought it was just one thing, maybe jumping from one person to the next, possibly. But yeah, anyway.
Whoa! Look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
What hill
Something
trolls?
seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Oh.
Windblade!
Goodbye.
Leave it all to me.
Okay. Oh, there's more.
Access denied.
It's...
Ugh! Look at this red stuff. What is it?
ketchup.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Okay, red dyed fabric. I am Nagato. I was wounded by Amenoma Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding. So the red dyed fabric is just bloody fabric, okay. But it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Okay. Ah, it hurts, but for some reason I can't fall unconscious, so all I can do is distract from the pain is right. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them. I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was, and how blind to my obsession. I must have been cursed. Yeah, there we go. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together, and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko. Oh man. I don't want Nagato to die. Hopefully he's not dead. But it seems like... Alright, so... The Tatarigami was in Nagato. It made him... And since it, like, heightens, like, your obsessions or whatever, it made him, obsess over his collection. And then he had to talk with his wife and all that stuff. And he's like, alright, I'm going to go sell things. And the Tatarigami probably didn't like that kind of thing. So, saw the person he was dealing with, which was Amenoma Yuya, and was like, oh, this guy wants the sword. Jumps into him, and that guy goes crazy obsessing over the sword, and instead of buying, just straight up takes it and burns the place down. Just to be like, that aggressive about it, I guess. Probably the anger from the Tatarigami, like, within Yuya as well, because Nagato was going to, like, betray it by getting rid of it. Or the sword. I'm thinking the Tatarigami spirit started within the sword. Nagato got a hold of it. Right? And that's why he was affected by it. Then it jumped to Yuya. and Yuya took it, and also with rage burnt everything down because of the Tatarigami's anger. Nagato went chasing after Yuya. Of course, he was injured in the process. So now, I imagine Yuya is the one with the sword right now, unless if we are going to meet a third person that took the sword from him. But I think it's a little late in the quest for them to introduce that idea. So I'm guessing the person that hunted us down before, in the beginning, is Yuya? Perhaps? Anyway. That's my guess.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato.
Yes.
Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So where's his body now?
So, where is he?
Paimon, I said it first.
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
No, that's sad. I don't want him to be dead. Poor Sachiko.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Let's ask the Tenryou Commission to do a thorough search later. There are more important things right now. Man. This whole fucking let's ignore the whole dead thing again. Jesus Christ. But oh man. Maybe he's not dead. He's probably dead. Maybe he's not. Ah. Oh. It sucks because like he wasn't even a bad guy. Like I was saying before, he was all most likely corrupted or possessed by something or whatever. It was the Tatarigami stuff. He wasn't trying to destroy his family. He just got corrupted by a thing that made him do the wrong decisions and stuff. That's I feel bad for his family. That sucks.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
How did it come to this? It's not in his nature.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami.
Well, obviously. But that means there's something about him that... Is it just because everyone wants to know about him? It's the Tatarigami and the sword have to be like connected in some way. There's got to be some tether between the two. I'm really thinking the Tatarigami was like within the sword. It has to be. And the sword was made by the Kaidaharas. That's got to be a thing. I don't see, because otherwise there's no reason why we would be introducing that other, like the dude who I assume is Yuya, to have anything similar to his style of fighting. There's no reason for that. Didn't they say it's like an extension of will? So if the Tatarigami was in the sword, and it's like the Tatarigami's will to like know that way of like this, like the craftsmanship of the sword is like starts from that all the way into becoming the extension of the will of the user, kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like it's connected in some way, in that way, I should say. That's what I'm thinking.
For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill.
Yeah.
All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Okay.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
Yes.
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person.
I mean, I think I already said it. I think I'm on the ball. And they always have these more intelligent characters do this all the time. Whether it's Kazuha or Heizo or... is Yanfei smart? But I feel like she actually explains her idea most of the time. Like, she's there with you, like, I mean, they're all here with you figuring it out, but I feel like she's... I can't remember if she had a moment where it's like, okay, we're gonna do the thing, I'll explain later. I feel like she explains it to you as you're doing it, or right before you do it, because that's kind of like what like a legal consultant should do anyway. Meanwhile, everyone else is just kind of like, I'm going to reveal my plan after. It's like, okay.
On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
The moment we started following the smoggy smog, that we've been in danger.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Kazuha. That voice change. Makes sense, though. Because normally he's very soft-spoken. But if you're going to call out for someone, you're not going to be like, show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore. They're not going to hear you. Interesting. Yeah, what you humping about?
Hi there, Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Are you Yuya?
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
The sword.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us.
But it might not be?
But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Yup. Okay. Cursed blade. Called it a mile away. I mean, obviously it looks like a cursed blade, right? I mean, that wasn't a big surprise. But it is like the thing having influence over him, like it's possession, like I talked about.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity.
I'm just calling this left and right.
The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenoma Yuya's body.
Uh-huh.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
I freaking called all this stuff halfway through the mission. All right.
As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
Yeah, you feel a little abandoned, huh?
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me.
I'm so cool and awesome. You are a cool blade, I'll give you that.
He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
Okay.
In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
Yeah. It's a thing.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home.
There you go. That's how you've been getting around.
I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
You're glowing a little brighter now. But yeah, that's also kind of in line with what I said. It was like, I think at the very beginning, I was just like, they want to go up against Kazuha because not only is Kazuha associated with this family that the guy who made this blade, like, in this blade's opinion, fucked up, like, coward, like, left or whatever when he was, you know, when the blade itself was, like, considering itself the best thing since sliced bread, but also guy from that family, Kazuha, went up against the Shogun and actually, I won't say beat her, but like stopped the attack that straight up kills. And she's also supposed to be like the strongest, and Kazuha, so it's like, yeah, I want to go up against the strongest person here. That's what this all is. What the blade wants. Yeah, okay.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
They die, probably.
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission.
Yeah, so I'm understanding that you're not very cool.
When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
So it sounds like he's also trying to find like capable warriors, which is why I guess Nagato, you know, he bid his time with Nagato because Nagato was just a collector, right? He wasn't a fighter, but he was going to sell the sword to someone who does fight or who knows combat, right? I mean, Yuya is normally supposed to be pretty chill, I guess, but as you can see, he's in armor and all. Like he knows combat. They talked about it earlier. Like he's part of, yeah. Anyway, and now the sword wants Kazuha to use him to go up against the Raiden Shogun because Kazuha has the potential to beat the Raiden Shogun after hearing the stories of what he has been able to do so far. That's what the sword's thinking. Interesting. Once Kazuha has a host.
Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come.
And it's also back into the hands of the family that once created it in the first place.
Now, give your body over to me!
Rude. Okay. That was a nice sweep.
Submit to me!
Ow, I tried to do the shield.
Windblade!
Join me and sever that divine light!
Born of ice and frost, blaze over.
Submit to me!
Ow.
We shall rewrite history!
Access denied. Fate is upon you. Yeah.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
But I wanna.
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Look, I'm getting wrapped over here.
Lost. I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man.
True.
He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then we will smash you into pieces.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger.
Oh, well, don't do that. That's crazy, though. Because the sword's in possession of the body, so it could just be like seppuku itself, and the sword's fine, but the body's dead. That's nuts. This is a very dangerous situation, actually.
And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Well, this was obvious, Kazuha.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
Guys, we can tell all that just by the way it's talking.
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface.
You don't know that. And also, then why would... Well, I guess... Never mind.
In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Well, you... That's a dumb question. You're seeking him for his help, technically. Idiot.
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma, if you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped.
Ooh, got him.
After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Oh. That's right, they did say that, right? I'm gonna say something, but I don't know if that makes sense either. Was Nagato not influenced? But rather just keeping watch? Like, was the blade still communicating to him, like talking to him? And he was like, oh, this thing's dangerous, and just decided to like watch it instead? No, but he continued to collect things, so he was still influenced. So within proximity he was influenced, but not enough to like touch the blade and actually, because it just goes against like what he's about, his quirks and stuff. Like it's just something that he just doesn't do at all. I don't know, but all these guys are like breaking their character by but I guess if he didn't touch it, then it wouldn't do it completely. So maybe he was only partially influenced, but not enough to completely change who he is. Like Yuya here is completely changed. Like Yuya right now isn't Yuya. Yuya is the sword. The sword is speaking through Yuya. Yuya has no control of his body. Nagato did. Nagato, although feeling the influence of the sword, kind of stun-locked, but when his wife spoke to him, he was still able to be like, yeah, I'll sell my stuff. Like, hesitant, resistant, but like still like, I'm gonna do it. And that's what pissed the sword off. And the moment it went into Yuya's hands, sword took over Yuya and was just like, fuck you, Nagato, just keeping me in here in your goddamn warehouse all this time. Burn everything. And like guts him when Nagato goes on the chase after him. Freaking wild. So, man, even in those moments, if that's true, Nagato was still, like, although influenced, a good person. And I guess somehow, like, or could at least feel the dangers that could happen if this sword, but he still sells it anyway. I don't know. Maybe at that point it was just like, just to get it out of my hands, and he didn't realize what would happen once someone else actually did come into physical contact with it. Alright, yeah, it could be anything like that.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
Right.
And what of it?
You were, yeah. You were in that warehouse for years. Yeah, because guy got you around the time he got married, right? Something like that. And then there's like 2 kids. Like, yeah, you're a little stir crazy.
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
Nuh-uh.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
No.
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding.
Kind of like how we use weapons for tools for murder.
How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Burn. Got him.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
I think you can overpower it.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you.
So he is going to use the sword.
Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Oh, I actually don't know what... I'm not exactly sure the situation. I guess we're not going to use the sword, but he's going to watch us fight? I don't know.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
Or he is going to use it. I don't know. This is a risky strategy. You're dealing with a cursed blade that can possess people.
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the blade's puppet.
Right.
The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenome Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
That's true. Kazuha doesn't really obsess over anything. Not really. Well, does he? I know, like, he'd want to be more free than anything. He could obsess over his friend's death and just, like, wallow at his grave area. But yeah, normally he doesn't have, like, a specific thing. Poetry? Maybe he'll just be making haikus all day? I don't know.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me.
This is true. Don't worry, Kazuha. I'd kill you in a heartbeat. Out of respect.
We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
It's not like I could stop you.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Ooh.
Kazuha?
Oh, man.
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know immediately.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies.
Yeah.
Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
So we're gonna fight till we get our ass kicked?
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild.
Okay.
Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
That should fit the bill.
Ah, all right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
That'll be fine.
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently.
Oh, that's creepy.
Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
There we go. Okay. Sure. Okay. And yeah, he has the sword. Is this Kazuha's weapon? I'm not sure. I don't know what his weapon looks like. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is his weapon. So I am gonna get weaker over time. Cool. Alright, I kind of like that they're doing it that way. I fight till I get my ass kicked. Sure. Here we go.
Everything on this journey to me.
I guess so, huh?
Wind strike. As one with wind and cloud. That hurts.
Kazuha's fun.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
All right. It's probably not safe we have Yuya standing this close to us.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm.
He's trying to work alongside you now, huh?
Let's keep going.
Has anything changed? No. Okay, just wanted to make sure. I didn't think that was going to be a thing, but
Time to go.
figured I'd look.
Fallen leaves. My night. Into the wind.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
What's going on? It's growing dimmer?
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
Hopefully he'd be fine.
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily.
He's talking to you in your head, huh?
He's still trying to achieve his goal.
He's determined. Okay. Door of Resurrection activated.
Time to go. Clouds high. The birds come.
Nice.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight!
I was doing a lot less damage.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Burn. Imagine Paimon saying that you don't look impressive.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk!
The wear and tear is severe. It really looks like it's about to break.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun.
Yeah.
Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken.
I'll be honest. I kind of like its rusted, broken look. I'm just saying.
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Will he listen to you? Though the truth is right there in front of him.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Damn.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't fight with his blade anymore.
Yep. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade.
Oh, man. pushed to the side.
It's just more of the same.
Lucky day.
Into the wind!
Ow.
The wind knows me.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am.
I mean, we've seen you for who you really are since we met you. You're a piece of shit.
No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth.
I should say you became a piece of shit. That's what I should say.
I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Nope.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
Oh man, get wrecked.
What?
That's how shit you are. This is just some normal blade. It's not even from his family or anything. It's just a sword.
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time.
Oh.
Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power.
Alright, so I didn't mean to call your blade shit. That's just normal. I meant... It's not, like, made by your family is more accurate. It's not a shit blade. It's your blade, and it's important. My bad.
Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
Well, Paimon, let's not get too sentimental over a sword. He did kill an innocent man. Actually, a lot of people. I don't feel bad.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Nice voice acting on the sword's part, though. Really felt emotional there.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
Away.
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
What about Yuya? Maybe we should make sure he gets home safe. He might be exhausted when the sword releases him. Like, he might, like, pass out. Anyway. Hi. You did great, buddy.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been.
There's a chest right there.
A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Okay.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday.
Really? That's interesting. I don't remember myself being born. Huh.
I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey!
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised.
Well, that's good.
My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
I'd be curious into what he had to say, at least.
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
Me? The Traveler, maybe?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you.
Oh, what if he's tired, though? I don't know about that.
He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Yeah.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others.
Yep, you are a murderer right now. It's going to be really tough to explain that the sword made you do it.
I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor.
Well, this is so he could have closure. I don't know how that helps Sachiko. Just saying.
If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward.
Okay.
I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
Alright.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Your Honor, my client pleads not guilty on the grounds of the sword made him do it. Now, I know what you might be thinking. That's crazy talk. And you're right. I got nothing.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Really? We're gonna go somewhere else for it? Alright, sure.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him.
I honestly just don't feel sorry for him. Is that weird? I don't know. I mean, no, I mean it's so weird. It's like because the Tatarigami, whatever it's called, what was it? It was like what possessed his master. which gave him the ill feelings, which was forged into the blade because of those ill feelings, and the message was like misunderstood. So it's like I guess it's not the blade's fault entirely, but still, like, I don't know. The situation is not happy. I'll say that. But yeah, I mean, it's a mess. It's
Are
a
you
mess.
ready?
It's a tough situation, but it's hard to be like feeling 100% sorry for the sword. Mostly because I just don't know how it works. Like, it has a consciousness. Does it actually have feelings, though? It sounds like it has feelings. But I don't know.
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaidahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
This is a very samurai thing. I might have talked about this before, but when samurai were a thing, and they'd go like around having duels, challenging each other for like things and territory, or just like even going out on a job to like kill someone or whatever that is, they would have introductions similar to this. And it's like, it's kind of like what anime took when they have like fights that have all this exposition before they start, and you're just waiting for the freaking thing to start, but you get like the character's backstory and like a flashback kind of style thing, like, you know, like whatever. That like technically comes from this whole samurai tradition of sorts, I think. I've heard somewhere where obviously it's probably not that long, but they would kind of give you like a brief synopsis of their backstory. I'm from this clan, I'm here to do this, I challenge you to a duel kind of thing. Like this is my purpose and this is why I'm fighting you. This is where I'm from. And then they would do the same. And then it's like, okay, now we fight. And it's about like a whole like honor thing and stuff. So yeah, I like that. This was cool. Alright. Alright. You don't have a vision, do you, though? Am I cheating? Ow!
Into the wind. Falling leaves adorn my fine.
Oh, I didn't even get to do the thing.
Thank you for the experience.
You're welcome.
Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance.
Yeah, he was doing a lot better.
His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience.
I didn't look at the blade stats because now it looks different. I was wondering maybe if something else changed. I forgot to look. Damn. Alright, it's fine. I thought maybe it'd be something like that negative effect it had on it. Maybe that would be gone and something else would be there. Or something else in the description, maybe. I don't know.
There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art.
It's crazy how Kazuha's letting him speak through him right now. That's like, I feel like, I mean, I know, like, he knows everything is good, but like, that would still, if I was in his shoes, man, I would not. Kazuha's just too chill to give a fuck, right? He just fully trusts that, like, oh yeah, this thing can't do anything to me. I'll let it speak through me now. Okay.
I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
Get a little fixed up.
What does he want to go there for?
Let's get a little fixed up.
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Or repurposed. Put into the fires of the forge. Crap! I got away. Alright. Okay.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Yeah.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind.
Yep.
Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bantan Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
This is the thing that made me the most anxious.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live.
Yes, he will live. Thank goodness, because I felt so bad for the wife. I was like over here just like, no.
And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
Yay!
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
He either wants to be fixed, or broken, or reused to make something that's not as evil as he was.
Yes.
In the
He
reuse.
said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
Oh. Well, that's... okay.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
Paimon, he already let the thing speak through him. That's in a way letting him take control of Kazuha. He's fine.
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Okay.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
The decision is yours. I trust your judgment. And it's like, if he does try to fight us, it's not like in like a way that's bad, which it would be if he takes him over for that purpose. He's not going to be as strong. He's probably going to break and destroy himself anyway. The situation is fine. You would just have to hope that we would intervene before he gets a chance to like stab someone more innocent here. And by anyone else, I mean like everyone here except for Paimon and myself. We're sort of fucked. Anyway.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later.
Okay.
Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
The zoom in.
is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
Okay.
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Damn.
Rest in peace.
It's cool sword. Whew.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart.
Yeah. He wasn't himself.
Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
The remnants of defeated gods are nothing to scoff at.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations.
True. Go off, King.
Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad I could inspire.
After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you. I'll hold you to your word.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Oh, you're right.
Okay,
We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation.
that's fine. I didn't want to ghost him. I like the guy. I just figured that the quest wouldn't want to actually do it, but it's
And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
okay. Oh, right here.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh! Excuse me? How? What? Huh? Why have I been shocketh? I don't understand. I missed something. Hi.
Ah, you've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
Look at it.
What's this?
It's a blade.
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan.
I like its design.
By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path.
He wants to understand it to the best of his ability before he just goes and makes them.
Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
Doesn't matter what your intent was, it's just what could happen.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised.
Why? Because you don't want to sound like he declined? I think it'd look better for you if you said you offered it. Otherwise, they could just be like, dude, you didn't offer the thing? It could just be a figure of speech where he's just like, forget about it. I mean, it's fine. I'm thinking too much.
However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination...
Wherever the wind takes you?
Let's see where the wind takes me.
Oh, called it! Of course they were going to say that at some point. I got the sword? They never give me weapons. What the fuck? What do you have to say, Kujo?
Mr. Nagato's survival is the one silver lining in this whole catastrophe.
I mean, yeah.
We will continue to monitor his condition and hope he recovers soon.
That's nice. Can I go speak to Miss Nagato? Isn't she around here somewhere? Over here, maybe? I want to see if I could talk to her. Isn't she? No, she's not here anymore. They took her away. The lights are on though, so she's probably fine. Anyway, holy crap! Let's take a look at that for a second there. Jeez, I wasn't expecting that at all. Because they almost never do. Usually it's like through like some like world quest thing or whatever, you might get a weapon, but I don't remember getting something in story quests before. Maybe I have and I just don't remember, but damn. That's pretty, I mean, right? That's pretty good. And that's only going to get better the more you refine it. Please share your opinion. Is this something worth refining? Or enhancing, rather? Is it worth enhancing? What is there to say? I mean, for the majority of it, I'd say I predicted like 90% of what happened. Maybe more. Which isn't a bad thing. You know, okay, so the story itself for this one was predictable, right? But at the same time, I don't think that was a bad thing. I kind of liked that concept, what we did with it. And of course I did learn more. I didn't know the sword was going to be speaking through its host. That was cool. That we actually got to communicate with the sword itself. And really was pulling at my heartstrings for a moment there, because I thought Sachiko was going to be widowed. And that just kind of hurt, because there were these people involved that were very, like, you know, just doing their best to they're just being people, and they got screwed over, and that sucked. Turns out it was okay, which could be like, I could see some people like, they should have just gone darker with it and whatever, and maybe you talk to Sachiko and it's really sad, but at the same time, it's nice how it worked out. I feel like if Nagito was dead, people would not forgive the blade, right? Because that's where I kind of was. Even though it's like, oh, it wasn't really in control of itself and blah, 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 corrupted through its forgery and misunderstood, and like, yeah, sure. You have to think about like all the people that it went through, and essentially most likely ended up killing in the process, or led to their death through fatigue or whatever that is, through exhaustion. And so that became, and then like the Nagito thing, which is like which happened in this mission. You're just kind of like, man, they want me to feel so bad for this thing, and I just don't, and it feels a little forced. But then you're like, Nagito's okay, and you're like, all right, well maybe, I don't know. It's an interesting gray area, and I like that, and I honestly like that kind of thing. I think you could have different perspectives here. Paimon wasn't annoying in this one. Not really. She said some things that were questionable, like, but it wasn't like, it didn't grind my gears for once, which was nice. I shouldn't say for once. It's not all the time. But, like, she was tolerable. I was cool with it. What else? What else should I say? Kazuha. Obviously, Kazuha. Kazuha is great. Every time Kazuha shows up in a story, I'm always just like, yes, more Kazuha. He's a really cool character. Almost too cool. The guy is like, well, I shouldn't say that. I was about to say that he is like perfect with everything he does. Like he's just like that good. But at the same time, I think it's more so of him only involving himself in situations where he does excel. Like he wouldn't take the blade and risk himself getting possessed if he knew that it would happen. Obviously he was probably like really certain there, he's like, I can overpower this thing, with the logic that he shared where it's like, I don't have these strong desires that people who fall victim to this have. Like, I'm just going to withstand it and I'll be fine. Plus letting him later on let the blade take him over to speak or do the smithing, all that stuff. He knew, like, he had to have known the situation where it's like nothing bad's gonna happen now, and if it does, I'm gonna be disappointed, but it really shouldn't. Like he takes control of the situation when he knows that he could have that control, and that's respectable. I wanted to go into him like even deeper on a psychological level, if that makes sense, because we see and how he acts and like the way he thinks and stuff. And the guy is very intelligent, and he has like this spiritual thing. Maybe not spiritual, but like, you know, he's like in tune with like nature and stuff, with like the wind, and like I wanted to see more of that mindset, like why he has that revealed. And you could just whittle it down to like, oh, because like samurai stuff and like his family and his travels and things, but like I want to know more of the reason why. But that's so difficult with this character because he is a very poetic character, and he's not going to give you a straight answer, right? He's going to be vague. He's always been vague with how he goes about explaining stuff sometimes. Here, not so much. He was pretty clear for the most part. But yeah, I don't know. this was still fun. I enjoyed it. Is it my favorite story quest? No. But, like, it's pretty good. And there you have it. That's Kazuha's story quest. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. However, going into this, I heard some kind of on the fence, a little bit of back and forth between some people about how this quest was just sort of meh for them. The main reason being is that because they don't really go over anything new. They kind of do here and there. It's just another spin on his backstory. I shouldn't say spin, like other perspectives, a little more information in some areas, and maybe not as much in others. There are plenty of other things about Kazuha I feel like they could have gone into that I would have liked to have seen more of, such as more information on Tomo. That would have been great. I think that would have been a lot more interesting, in my opinion. However, I didn't dislike this. This was a lot of fun. I do like the cursed weapon thing. I do like talking about these different like clans and families and such, and how Kazuha kind of carries himself, how he comes to peace with who he is and his decisions that he makes. I really do like that they focus on that with this character. Now, hopefully, if he appears in anything else, that they do focus on some other things other than his background story. Because at this point in time, I think they have sort of cleaned out the bucket of what's there for that. So if there's more Kazuha in the future, I look forward to seeing him, and hopefully we learn other things. But in general, really like this guy. I thought this was a really fun quest. There was some cool stuff in it, and I look forward to continue playing Genshin and learning about these characters. I am not disappointed, and I hope you weren't disappointed with this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed yourself, then make sure to let me know by leaving a like, writing your thoughts down below in the comment section, checking out the description for additional ways of how to support me, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Every little bit counts. It means a lot. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, shine on, you crazy diamonds. Later.